Imagine waking up and realizing that everything you've ever thought about yourself, your identity, your struggles, your feelings, your experiences, your victories, was just a story your mind has been telling itself. That there is no me that you can point to as existing completely separate from everything else. That the separated entity that you call myself exists only in the mind. A bit out there, no? Well, coming to this realization represents the attainment of Buddhism's highest good. And we're about to break it down. Recall that Buddhism, at its core, is a spiritual activity. And like all spiritual activities, there is an understanding of a highest good, an activity done for its own sake. And Buddhism's highest good? The realization of infinite mind. But what does that even mean? This realization of infinite mind? Let's start with the word realization. The word itself is sneaky. It actually has two meanings. First, to understand clearly, and second, to manifest or make real. And here's the twist. Realization in the Buddhist sense requires that both understanding and manifestation arise simultaneously. That there is no true understanding without that understanding ultimately being manifested. And there is no true manifestation without a complete understanding. One without the other? It may be something. It's just not realization. Now onto the notion of infinite mind. But instead of defining it directly, because Buddhism loves negation, let's talk about what it's not. The opposite of infinite mind is duality. Essentially, the belief that things have intrinsic characteristics, that they exist separate from all other things. And the biggest, most problematic duality, the idea that there is a self existing completely separate from circumstances. This is where things get interesting. The Buddha himself called this illusion a separated individuality. It's the reason we suffer. This belief that we're these independent little islands floating through the universe, cut off from everything else. But what if that's just wrong? Here's the game changer. The realization of infinite mind is the activity of a self inseparable from circumstances. No inside versus outside, no me versus my experiences, but rather just one continuous reality. That's the highest good in Buddhism. And it changes everything. But there's a catch. As one of the conditions for any spiritual activity, this picture of the highest good must be clear. And in Buddhism, we are to look to the sutras for this clarity. The Diamond Sutra, for one. And a little teaser for future episodes. In Zen, we have a slightly different strategy for reaching this level of clarity. Finally, if realization of infinite mind is the goal, then what's the path? How do you actually get there? That's a whole different question, one we're tackling next. And so, the question for next episode, what is the path to the realization of infinite mind?